Personally, I feel pretty safe at Sobeys because I know that the virus, as it is spreading and a lot of people don't know it, there isn't a lot of cases realistically. Like, I've heard that there's about 40 or 50 cases in Waterloo, but there's also about 300,000 in this area that live around here. So realistically, the odds of getting it are pretty low. But I feel like also our work has done a lot to make sure that we're safe, like installing the plexiglass, making sure we wash our hands, all that type of stuff.
How safe do I feel when working at Sobeys? Not very safe, honestly. It's virus is pretty contagious, so it doesn't take a lot, and it's really hard to avoid close interactions with customers, especially since customer service and everything, and the place can just be crowded sometimes, so it can be really hard to do your job well, but also try and keep yourself safe.
I feel that working in the bakery at Zehrs is like decently safe because you can just stay in the back and you don't have to deal with many customers. But when you do deal with customers, it gets kind of scary because some of them aren't as precautious as you'd like. So, yeah.
It is hard to feel safe at work with what's going on right now, but the precautions they've taken at Zehrs in the front end department, for me, I'm a cashier, and they've put up like glass walls in front of the tills, so you're not like directly face to face with the customer, and they're like breathing on you and everything. And they also give you gloves, and after every couple customers, then you would like sanitize your whole till, like wipe it down with like sanitizer spray and wipes and stuff, and you'd sanitize your hands if you don't have a lot of customers coming. So I'd say generally I actually feel pretty safe because there's a lot of precautions, but it's still pretty dangerous.
Personally, I'm not because if I wear latex gloves, my hands tend to get super sweaty and gross. But we do have lots of every till has like a pack of gloves that employees can choose to wear or not. It's not mandatory yet, but I feel like in the future it could become mandatory.
Are gloves mandatory at work? No, they're optional. It's kind of just, you wash your hands as much as you can. Personally, I like to keep gloves on because my hands get really dry from washing them, that frequently. Yeah.
So anybody can wear gloves, but it's not mandatory for people to wear gloves while working. It's completely optional. You can also wear masks as an option, but none of it's mandatory. I feel like it should be mandatory, but it's not. So yeah.
I'd say the most annoying thing about this whole pandemic is one, people freaking out for no reason. Two, people hoarding and not allowing other people to buy their things. And the biggest problem is people who are calling the phones asking if we have something when everywhere else is sold out, which means we're going to be sold out. So stop calling Sobeys and asking if we have toilet paper. We don't have it.
So my pet peeves for working through COVID-19 would be employees not having the greatest hygiene. Some of them just don't, so that can be a little annoying. I'd also have to say when customers, I guess you could say violate my personal bubble, they get a little too close, and I'm a little paranoid about that. So I definitely don't like that at all. And yeah.
Some of my biggest pet peeves while working with COVID-19 are when people get too close and they don't really follow the precautions that everyone says to follow. So like the 6 feet thing, or when everyone's like touching all the products and stuff without any gloves on. That kind of worries me sometimes, but it's okay. It's not too bad.
Alright, so some pet peeves of mine for working as a cashier during the coronavirus pandemic are that people will come in buying a ridiculous amount of stuff at the grocery store. They will buy, I'm not kidding, over $1,000 worth of stuff. It's just ridiculous. They'll need multiple carts and it'll just take forever. And it's kind of stressful just waiting and scanning everything. So that's one thing. And then another thing is, in general, people are on edge, and everyone's just straight tweaking. Like, everyone's just straight up tweaking. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, a lot of people are hoarding as well. Like, we've had to start putting limits on a lot of things, like two per people on Lysol wipes, toilet paper, eggs, milk, stuff like that. I know a lot of some places like Food Basics right now has a limit of one item of everything in the entire store per person, which I think is ridiculous. But yeah, it's a big problem with people hoarding because there's people buying 6 or 7 things of toilet paper, and that's gonna last you over a year, really, realistically. And there's people out there that actually need it and have to stay inside, like elderly that can't get it now.
So are people hoarding items from the store? Well, I work in the hot deli department, so not really. You know, it's kind of just you get what you want, you eat it right away. It's not really like you can keep the product for too long or anything like that. So they're not really hoarding from my department, but from what I can see, you know, the lineups are pretty busy. Of course, toilet paper and stuff like that. Just stupid things. You know, people, of course, are going to panic. So yeah.
So personally, I've noticed that people are hoarding a lot of things that don't really go bad. So things like toilet paper and like reusable items. Not really anything where I work, because I work in the bakery at Zehrs, so they don't really like stock up on any of that stuff. It's kind of just like normal sales right now. We do have a lot of stock in the back though, which is crazy. But yeah.
Working as a cashier, for me, I haven't really experienced surprisingly very many people hoarding things. I've had people stock up on lots of sanitizing supplies, stuff like that. But I'm surprised. I've never actually seen anybody buy an insane amount of toilet paper or anything like that. I think that's mostly because I haven't worked as much in the morning and it just goes right away from the store. But that's about it.